Okay, this is just part 2 of the absolute value equations notes. So we'll finish up these last few examples. So the one we left off on, remember that it was -8 times the absolute value of 6 plus 6a, and all of that equals -48. Now again, it's equal to a negative here, but we can't say no solution yet because the absolute value is not isolated. We have that -8 that's connected to it. So before we can make a judgment of if we can split into two equations or not, the absolute value has to be by itself. So in order to do that, that -8 is being multiplied times our absolute value. So now we have to divide both sides by the -8. So when we do that on the left side, it's going to cancel out both of those -8s. So we end up with the absolute value of 6 plus 6a equals, and your -48 divided by 8 is going to give you a positive 6. So now our sign had changed. It used to be a negative. Now we have a positive answer here for our absolute value, which is possible. Okay? So now, because it changed to a positive and our absolute value is isolated, it's by itself, there's nothing connected to the outside of it, now I can split into two equations. So remember that 6 plus 6a, this inside of it, if its distance from 0 is 6, it could have been two things. 6 plus 6a could have equaled 6 inside of there, or 6 plus 6a could have equaled -6. So now we have two equations to solve. Both of them, I'm going to subtract 6 first. So that cancels. I get 6a equals 0. Divide both sides by 6. So a is equal to 0 in this case. Remember, 0 divided by 6 is 0. Right? So that's one of my two answers. Now the other equation, I'm again going to subtract 6 to start, but remember, we're subtracting 6 from a -6. Okay, so I have 6a equals -12. Now you're going to do the same thing, divide both sides by 6. A is going to equal -2. So again, we still end up with two possible answers for this, because once we isolated the absolute value, it was now equal to a positive instead of a negative number. So it was still able to be solved. Okay, so let's jump to the next example. We have two left. So here I have the absolute value of 8x plus 5, and then -7 on the outside of it equals -52. So again, yes, our answer here is a -52. However, we can't make a judgment call until the absolute value is isolated. So I need that absolute value of 8x plus 5 to be by itself first. In order to do that, I have to get rid of this -7. The -7 is being subtracted, so I'm going to add 7 to both sides here in order to move it over. So now I get the absolute value of 8x plus 5 equals, and I'm taking -52 plus 7 is going to give me a -45. Now at this point, because the absolute value is isolated, this is where we would typically split into our two equations. However, we're saying that this absolute value, this 8x plus 5, has a distance of -45 from 0. Again, remember, that's not possible. That 8x plus 5 cannot be -45 units away from 0. Distance cannot be negative. So because after we added the 7, it was still equal to a negative number, this is now no solution. But you had to do that first step of adding the 7 before you could make that call. All right, one more to look at. And we have 5 minus 6 times the absolute value of b plus 7 equals -73. Again, we have to isolate that absolute value. So I need this absolute value portion by itself first. Be really careful with ones like this. You cannot do 5 minus 6 and make that a -1. Order of operations, you are not subtracting those. We are moving both of those to the other side of the equation. So I have to start with the one that is not directly connected to my absolute value. So I can't move the negative 6 first. It's directly connected with multiplication. But this 5 is what's not directly connected. Right now it's a positive 5, so in order to move it to the other side, I'm going to subtract 5. So on the left side, those 5s cancel. I bring down the negative 6 times the absolute value of b plus 7 equals, and now on the right side I have negative 73 minus 5, which is a negative 78. Still can't split it into two equations because, again, this absolute value is still not isolated. Now I have to get rid of this negative 6. It's currently being multiplied times the absolute value. So I have to divide both sides by negative 6. Those will cancel. Now I have the absolute value of b plus 7 by itself. And now when I divide negative 78 divided by a negative 6 becomes a positive 13. So because this absolute value is now equal to a positive number, that tells me that I'm able to actually finish solving. So now remember, this b plus 7 inside of here, its distance from 0 is 13. So that b plus 7 could have been a positive 13 inside of here, or b plus 7 could have been a negative 13 inside of there, because both of those numbers have a positive distance of 13 from 0. Now you just solve both. It's a one-step equation. Subtract 7, so you get b equals 6 for our first one. Subtract 7 here. Now you're subtracting 7 from a negative 13, so you get b equals negative 20. Those are your two possible answers. B could have been 6, or B could have been negative 20 to make that original equation true. Again, just to recap, what's really important is that when you are solving these, you have to make sure that the absolute value is isolated. That means that nothing can be connected to it on the same side of the equal sign. If there is something, you have to first move it to the other side, so using the opposite operation of it. Okay, if it was adding, you would subtract it over. If it was subtraction, you would add it to the other side. If it's being multiplied, you would divide it to the other side. Then, once it's by itself, then you can make that judgment of, if it's equal to a positive, you're going to split into two equations. If it's equal to a negative number, once it's isolated, then it's a no solution, because remember, absolute value cannot equal a negative number.